Hello, everyone. In the grand chessboard of royal politics, Camilla doesn't stand out as a brilliant strategist, but rather as a pawn trying desperately to pass as a queen. Her attempts to appear graceful, intelligent, and kind feel so forced that they've become her most recognizable trait. Beneath the polished public image lies a woman whose every move seems driven by self-promotion, deception, and an insatiable need for attention. Camilla has perfected the art of calculated charm, but her carefully crafted persona is as fragile as an old tapestry, decorative from a distance, but full of flaws upon closer inspection. Let's take a deeper look at this so-called queen consort. Her rise to prominence isn't built on merit, but on manipulation. She has positioned herself as King Charles's loyal supporter. But let's be honest, her actions are less about devotion to the crown and more about securing her own place in history. For years, she has skillfully used her connection to Charles to maintain her influence. Camilla has gone from being the infamous third wheel in one of history's most well-known love triangles to someone bold enough to claim a seat on the throne. The ambition is undeniable, but the reality? It's all an elaborate act. Her public persona is a masterclass in contradiction. On one hand, she presents herself as a champion for causes like domestic abuse awareness and literacy programs. Yet, the other, nearly everything she does feels like a carefully crafted PR move. When she steps into the spotlight at events, the cameras capture her practiced expressions, her staged humility, and her perfectly scripted speeches. It's hard to ignore how these public appearances always seem to happen during times of increased criticism. Coincidence? Hardly. Camilla's version of philanthropy feels more like damage control than genuine kindness. Take her supposed advocacy. For domestic abuse survivors, it's undoubtedly a worthy cause, but her involvement raises serious questions. After all, how can someone who played such a pivotal role in the breakdown of Princess Diana's marriage truly stand as a voice for those who have suffered betrayal and emotional turmoil? The audacity to champion the rights of wronged women, while being a symbol of betrayal, is impossible to ignore. No amount of polished PR can bridge the glaring gap between Camilla's words and actions. Then there's her relentless pursuit of public approval, a desperate effort that only highlights her lack of authenticity. Unlike Princess Catherine, who naturally embodies grace, poise, and true service, Camilla's every move feels like an audition for public affection. She doesn't radiate elegance. She merely tries to imitate it. The result? A forced, awkward, and entirely unconvincing version of a queen consort. Watching her navigate royal duties is like watching an understudy stumble through a role they never properly prepared for. But perhaps the most damning part of Camilla's reign is her long history of deception. This is a woman who built her entire relationship with Charles on secrecy and betrayal. The infamous tapes, the hidden meetings, the hushed conversations, all stand as proof of her willingness to manipulate and deceive to get what she wants. And even now, as she sits beside the king, there's an undeniable sense that her place in the royal spotlight was never truly earned. There's an undeniable air of duplicity surrounding Camilla. She smiles for the cameras, but behind closed doors one has to wonder. How much of her charm is genuine, and how much is simply an act? Her interactions with the public feel just as insincere. She tries to appear approachable and down-to-earth, but her efforts often come across as staged. She laughs a little too loudly, nods a little too eagerly, and poses a little too perfectly for the cameras. It's as if she's constantly trying to convince not just the public, but herself, that she truly belongs in the royal spotlight. The desperation is hard to miss, and it's hardly fitting for someone who claims to represent the dignity of the crown. Then there's the issue of family dynamics. Camilla's presence has undeniably caused deep fractures within the royal family. Yet she continues to feign innocence. The tension between her and key figures like Prince William and Princess Catherine is well documented. While the younger royals push for a modernized monarchy, Camilla clings to outdated notions of power and tradition, seemingly more interested in preserving her own influence than embracing change. Camilla's attempts to appear supportive of progress, all while clinging to prestige, only highlight her insecurities. Her passive-aggressive efforts to assert dominance within the family do nothing but expose her underlying doubts. Even her relationship with King Charles, often portrayed as a timeless love story, is riddled with contradictions. This isn't a partnership built on mutual respect or admiration. It's a union rooted in selfishness and scandal. The idea that their love somehow redeems her past actions is laughable. If anything, it only serves as a reminder of the lengths she's willing to go to secure her position. And let's not overlook her sister, Annabel Elliot, who has reaped significant benefits from Camilla's royal connections. For years, Annabel enjoyed a comfortable lifestyle thanks to Charles's generosity and Camilla's influence. Yet when Prince William stepped in to hold her family accountable, Camilla's true motives were exposed. Her protests weren't about fairness or justice, they were about protecting her family's privileges. Moments like these make it clear. Camilla's true priorities are herself and her inner circle, above all else. In contrast, Prince William's actions demonstrate true leadership. By cutting off Annabel's financial ties to the Duchy of Cornwall, he sent a clear message. The monarchy must evolve, and favoritism has no place in its future. William's decision wasn't just practical, it was principled. He understands the importance of transparency and accountability, values that Camilla has consistently failed to embrace. As William and Catherine continue to redefine what it means to serve the public, Camilla's flaws become even more apparent. Her attempts to stay relevant feel increasingly forced. Her efforts to connect with the public come across as hollow, and her so-called contributions to the royal family's legacy are overshadowed by her missteps. Camilla's time as queen consort serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when ambition overshadows authenticity. Her story is not one of redemption, but of relentless self-interest, cloaked by a thin veil of charm. While she may still hold a seat at the royal table, her place in the hearts of the British people remains uncertain. The public's support of Camilla will always be fragile at best. As we dig deeper into her rise to power, one question stands out. How did someone as controversial as Camilla manage to become queen consort, a role that has historically been one of dignity and honor? Camilla's past as a royal mistress, a title she held for decades, makes her current position almost impossible to accept. A title as respected as queen should embody grace, integrity, and nobility, qualities that Camilla clearly lacks. To say she is undeserving of the crown is an understatement. Her transition from mistress to consort has been a lesson in audacity, not the kind that earns admiration. Camilla represents everything the crown should reject: scandal, deceit, and selfish ambition. For years, her relationship with King Charles was marred by infamy. Their secret meetings, whispered conversations, and leaked tapes painted a picture not of love, but of betrayal, manipulation, and a complete disregard for the monarchy they now represent. And yet, Camilla sits on the throne, a stark reminder of how far one can go with ambition, even when it's built on the ruins of respect and tradition. Camilla serves as a reminder of how far charm and opportunism can take someone. even when it comes at the expense of integrity. The fact that she holds a position meant to represent the best of the British monarchy is a clear insult to the values the royal family is meant to uphold. In stark contrast, Princess Catherine embodies everything a modern queen should be. Catherine isn't just a figurehead. She is the beating heart of a monarchy striving to stay relevant in a rapidly changing world. Her grace under pressure, unwavering dedication to service, and genuine connection with the British people make her the natural heir to the title of Queen. In Catherine, the monarchy has a figure who truly understands the responsibility of her role and the honor of serving her country. Camilla, by comparison, seems to view her position as a stepping stone, a way to secure her legacy, rewrite history, and cement her place in the royal narrative. Her every move reflects self-preservation rather than selfless service. Even her supposed charitable efforts feel more like calculated attempts to improve her image than genuine acts of kindness. Camilla's charitable endeavors often seem like little more than an attempt to distract from her scandal-ridden past. Take, for example, her involvement in literacy campaigns. While the cause is undeniably noble, one can't help but question the sincerity of her efforts. Does she truly care about promoting literacy? Or is this just another calculated move to polish her image? For someone who spent years hiding in the shadows of scandal, these public appearances feel less like genuine advocacy and more like damage control. Then there's her approach to public engagements. Camilla often tries to come across as relatable, but her attempts come off as forced and insincere. Whether it's awkwardly interacting with children, delivering rehearsed speeches, or sharing heartwarming anecdotes, her efforts lack the authenticity that Catherine naturally exudes. Camilla's interactions with the public feel more like an obligation than a genuine desire to connect, a stark contrast to Catherine's effortless warmth and charisma. The crown that Camilla wears may be significant, but it carries a weight that she seems to struggle with. The crown is more than just a piece of jewelry. It's a symbol of the monarchy's enduring legacy. To see it rest on the head of someone who represents betrayal rather than loyalty, scandal instead of honor, and self-interest over service is a disservice to the institution itself. Camilla's role as queen consort also undermines the monarchy's efforts to modernize. At a time when the royal family is trying to shed its image of privilege and exclusivity, her ascension feels like a step backward. She embodies an era of backroom deals, whispered secrets, and outdated ideas of power, an era the monarchy is desperate to leave behind. In stark contrast, Catherine stands as a beacon of modernity. Her ability to navigate the delicate balance between tradition and progress is unmatched. Whether she's engaging with world leaders, championing mental health initiatives, or simply being a devoted wife and mother, Catherine represents the best qualities of a modern royal. She is a role model for the next generation, a symbol of what the monarchy can be: relevant, relatable, and in touch with the needs of the people. Camilla, on the other hand, serves as a reminder of what the monarchy must overcome. Her presence in the royal family is a constant source of controversy, constantly reminding us of past scandals that continue to tarnish the crown. Her time as queen consort isn't a story of redemption. It's a tale of opportunism. It's the story of someone who climbed to the top, not through merit, but through manipulation. Even her relationship with King Charles, often romanticized as a love story for the ages, is far from inspiring. Their union, built on the ashes of another marriage, isn't a testament to love. It's a cautionary tale of selfishness and betrayal. The fact that this relationship now sits at the heart of the British monarchy is a bitter pill for those who still revere the values the crown is meant to represent. Looking ahead, it's clear that the monarchy's future relies on figures like Catherine, not Camilla. Catherine represents hope, progress, and the enduring appeal of the royal family. Camilla, in contrast, stands as a symbol of everything the monarchy must leave behind. The British monarchy faces the challenge of moving forward while leaving behind elements of the past. In this story, Camilla's time in the spotlight will likely be seen as a reminder of the controversies that once surrounded the crown. Meanwhile, Catherine is set to be the face of a new era, one that celebrates dignity, service, and authenticity. The difference between the two is clear, and the British public seems to favor Catherine as queen. Camilla's time as queen consort highlights how important integrity is in leadership. A title as important as queen should go to someone who truly represents the values of the crown. Even though Camilla may wear the crown, Catherine is the one who truly deserves it. From the start of Camilla's role as queen consort, it's hard to understand how someone like her could hold on to tradition long enough to reach this point. Once, gilded throne was linked to scandal and rumors, especially with a well-known affair. Now, it's held by someone who is expected to represent grace and honor. But this role seems completely wrong for her, like trying to put a crown on a jester. The people of the United Kingdom have been patient and forgiving. But they deserve more. They deserve a royal family that truly represents the qualities they value most: integrity, humility, and service. Instead, we're left watching Camilla, one of the most disconnected figures in modern royal history, trying to put on a mask of something she is not. The efforts to shape public perception through PR campaigns are almost laughable. What makes it even more unsettling is that Camilla's role as queen consort feels like a contradiction to the very ideals the monarchy should uphold. Her past is marked by deception, her rise to power built on betrayal, and her current position serves as a stark reminder of how far manipulation can go. People expect the monarchy to reflect the best of society, not to highlight its flaws. Yet, amid this complex royal narrative, one family stands as a symbol of hope: the Waleses. Prince William, Princess Catherine, and their children embody a future for the monarchy that feels honorable, inspiring, and genuinely connected to the IB people. Unlike Camilla, who seems more focused on securing her legacy than serving the public, the Waleses have consistently shown dedication to their nation. Catherine, in particular, exemplifies grace, duty, and integrity, everything Camilla is not. Where Camilla often appears uncomfortable and insincere, Catherine exudes grace and authenticity. Camilla's public appearances seem like duties to fulfill, while Catherine's engagements radiate warmth and sincerity. She has a remarkable ability to connect with people, whether through her advocacy for mental health or her natural rapport with children and families. Then there's Prince William, the rightful heir to the throne in every sense. His leadership is defined by quiet strength and a deep understanding of his role. Unlike his father, who often appears weighed down by the crown, William carries his responsibilities with confidence and purpose. Time and again, he has proven his readiness to lead, balancing the modernization of the monarchy with a deep respect for tradition. In contrast, Camilla's time as queen consort feels forced, almost like an attempt to rewrite history rather than embrace the present. Her every move seems driven by a need for validation, a desperate effort to secure her place in royal history. But no amount of PR campaigns can erase the past. No amount of PR can undo the damage she has inflicted on the very institution she now represents. Her so-called charitable efforts only reinforce this. While she may publicly support causes like literacy and domestic abuse awareness, her involvement feels more like a performance than a genuine commitment. Is she truly dedicated to these issues, or are they just convenient distractions from her controversial past? It's difficult to take her advocacy seriously when it seems like just another calculated move to repair her image. But the British public isn't easily misled. They see through the carefully crafted narratives and recognize that Camilla's presence in the royal family remains a blemish on its reputation. Every appearance she makes is a reminder of the monarchy's most troubled chapters, moments many would rather leave in the past. Meanwhile, the Waleses continue to inspire trust and admiration. They stand as symbols of hope, resilience, and progress, a striking contrast to the scandal-filled legacy of Camilla and Charles. The British people can see the difference. The British people have made it clear where their loyalties lie. As the future king and queen, William and Catherine embody everything the monarchy should strive to be: dedicated, hard-working, and deeply connected to those they serve. Their approach to leadership is a refreshing change in an institution that has long struggled with controversy and outdated traditions. One can only hope their example will inspire others within the royal family to follow their lead. For too long, figures like Camilla have weighed the monarchy down, tarnishing its image and distancing it from the public. It's time for a new chapter, one built on integrity, service, and a genuine connection with the people. The British public deserves a monarchy they can believe in, and the Waleses are the ones who can make that vision a reality. While Camilla clings to her crown, desperate to prove her worth, William and Catherine have already earned the nation's trust and admiration. Their leadership proves what the monarchy can accomplish when guided by principles rather than personal ambition. As we look ahead, it's clear that the future of the royal family rests with the Waleses. They are the heart and soul of the monarchy, and their unwavering dedication ensures that the institution will thrive for generations to come. In contrast, Camilla's time as queen consort will likely be remembered as a low point in royal history, a reminder of what happens when ambition overshadows integrity. Her reign serves as a cautionary tale, standing in stark contrast to the inspiring example set by William and Catherine. The British people have made their choice, and their loyalty does not lie with Camilla. Instead, they place their faith in William and Catherine, in their vision for the future, and in their ability to guide the monarchy into a new era. And there, you have it, a deep dive into the complexities of royal life, the striking contrast between Camilla and the ever-inspiring Wales family, and the hopes of an entire nation for a more honorable and respected monarchy. The story of Camilla's desperate attempts to secure her legacy stands in opposition to the genuine connection and integrity displayed by William and Catherine leave no doubt about where the public's trust and admiration truly lie. As we follow these royal sagas, one thing is clear: the future belongs to those who earn it through dedication, transparency, and service. These are the very qualities that define the Wales family. Meanwhile, Camilla's tenure as queen consort stands as a stark warning of what happens when ambition is placed above authenticity. Her reign is a reminder that legacy cannot be built on manipulation alone. If you enjoyed this deep dive into royal intrigue, don't forget to hit that like button to support our channel and content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you Team Wales? Or do you think Camilla's story deserves a closer look? Drop a comment below and let us know. And of course, make sure to subscribe for more sharp, snark-filled analysis of the royal family's most fascinating moments. Tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more royal drama to uncover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.